don't pass. Thank you, John. Hello, Fanime. I'm Rob, and I'm a second comedian. Screw you guys leaving. I see you. Thank you guys who walked in. You're awesome. Round of applause for that guy. Round of applause for your talented stage. So, what to talk about? It's been an eventful week. I'm already partially burned out on con. I had 45 minutes of sleep today, and I'm running off of a pack of Lucky Strikes and a monster. So forgive me if I'm a little manic. But it's been an eventful week. We learned of the Xbox One. And you know what we learned? Television. It's the way of the future. All of sports, television, dogs. Call of Duty, sports, TV. That is the future of gaming, people. Are you ready? I'm not. But it's been a heck of a con. I just dropped off my little sister. It was her first con ever. So thank you all for scarring her for life. I'd like to thank each of you personally for that, especially you furries. Anyways, no, she had a great time. It was interesting because she's not that much of a nerd, so every 5 minutes I had to answer a question about something. So I had to explain Homestruck. Thank you, because that shit sucks. The only person who hates Homestruck fans more than me is their curator. The Homestruck fans know it's true. Yeah. But it's exciting kind of. I love Fanime. I'm the most interesting man guy. If you've seen me walking around, I have this man. I buy him for free cigarettes. I was walking past the Paramount last year, and a guy on a bike came out and asked me for a smoke. I gladly obliged. He rode away. I saw him pulling something out from behind a dumpster that wasn't a dead body. And so I ran up and I was like, "What do you have?" And you might wonder, it was the most interesting man in the world. And then he looked at me and he goes, "I cannot take it home. I will give it to you for 2 more cigarettes." And that's the beginning of a long, beautiful friendship. The next thing is, you know you have to get that shit peace bonded. I did it when I first saw him. I showed up to con, random rover comes up, "You gotta get a peace bond." I'm like, "Serious?" He's like, "Yeah." So I walked into the peace bonding office last year. They all clapped because they see on the staff, and they're like, "Oh, you're awesome, thanks for sharing. Now why are you here?" And I'm like, "I need to get a peace bond." And they're like, "Are you fucking serious?" I'm like, "I'm fucking serious." So then they have to call con ops, and they're like, "Shut up, everyone, stop laughing. I have to ask this question. Do I have to bond the most interesting man in the world?" Shut up. Yes. God damn it! Now the guy takes a picture. This is going in the log books. Then the guy cannot, it takes us 15 minutes to get him peace bonded because the guy cannot finish sentences because he giggles every time he tells me that I cannot throw the most interesting man in the world. I cannot use him as a battering ram, and I cannot beat people to death with him. Though it would be your most interesting death. So, what else is there for me to talk about? I've been coming up with movie ideas with one of my roommates. I'm going to share 3 of them with you. I want you to tell me how much you want to see these movies. The first one is, I saw her as an American farmer during World War II. And in order not to get drafted, I need to grow as much crops as I can. And I run a pea farm. Unfortunately, I suck as a farmer because I am not Mexican. I'm half Mexican, so I'm only kind of good. Luckily, I finally disheveled the Asian man, take him in, feed him, and he teaches me his ancient Asian pea growing techniques. But it turns out he's Japanese, and they want to send him to the internment camps. But I hide him because it's the only way I can grow enough peas. The film is called Easy Peasy Japanese. Now, the next one is to prove that I make fun of my own people too. So, in this one, I saw her as a steakhouse owner in Australia. And I stuck balls because I can't cook. And all my waiters leave me. I have no wait staff, no cooks. Wandering on Australian beaches, I find a cargo container. Inside is an entire immigrant family from Mexico. I take them in and feed them because I find it's the right thing to do. Then I realize I'm harboring immigrants and the Australian INS will kill me, like, bust me. But then I realized they have cleaned my restaurant and served the best steak I've ever had. So I hike them in order to keep my restaurant afloat. It's called Wetback Steakhouse. I didn't come up with that. That was my Chinese roommate. And the last one's our joint effort. It's our favorite one. In this, I play a lazy lord. I'm like that shitty, like, lord you always see in, like, medieval movies who doesn't do shit and just rides around being a pompous ass. And one day I'm attacked by bandits. And lo and behold, I'm saved by a lone Chinese warrior who was banished from China for offending the emperor's honor. But he's the same height as me, and I must enter a joust in a fighting competition to keep my lordly duties. So I put him in my armor, and in exchange for him getting my protection as a lord, he fights in these tournaments. The movie will be called A Chink in My Armor. Money, please. I don't think Hollywood's ever going to take up these. What else is there to talk about? So much to do, so little time. But I like to stay a kid. So I like to do random events with my friends. Like, we once went and played hide and go seek at, like, 11 o'clock at night at a park that was heavily wooded. Unfortunately, we did this on 420. And as we were walking back to our cars, there was a police officer looking them over, and then looking at each one of us like, why is a group of 20-something-year-olds coming out of the woods? My black friend freaked the fuck out. I looked through and go, don't worry, I got this, I won. I had that. But I moved into an apartment with a bunch of my geeky roommates. It's wonderful. We had a New Year's party that evolved into Nerf gun wars. It was great. I love that shit. Okay, so I'm going to tell you quite possibly my most embarrassing Fanime story. It's how I learned I love gay sex. So, there's a nerd recording panel. I don't know if any of you have gone to it. I hope you haven't, because that means you don't need help interacting with people. It's true. But as we were there, and as me and my friend were heavily, well, not heavily, but talking amongst ourselves, this guy went into an analogy about how much, or he just started talking about how much he hates pecan pie. Pecan pie is fucking delicious. I will stab you if you say otherwise. And he kept going on about how he hated pecan pie, how his grandma made him eat pecan pie, and everything horrible about pecan pie. And I looked at my friend and go, he's crazy, pecan pie is delicious, it's the second best pie there is. It's pumpkin's king. So, I say all this, and there's nobody knows why he's talking about pie, and we'll like how to date girls panel. And then he just goes into a tirade, and then he starts raving about apple pie. How he loves apple pie. How is the godsend of pies. And I hate apple pie. I loathe apple pie. It's like the devil shit in a pie basket and gave it to me. It's those feelings I have about apple pie. And I tell this to my friend. And then the guy proceeds to say, wait, I forgot to frame this analogy. Pecan pie is like gay sex, and apple pie is like straight sex. And at that moment, my friend Brian looked at me in the eye and yelled out, "You love gay sex, you faggot." And from that point on, I had to attend every yaoi panel at Fanime that year. And yes, I don't love connecting love gay sex. Gay people need a bone too. They should get married too. I think we can all agree on that. Unless you're evil. But, let's see. Anything else interesting for comments happened to me? My crazy Cinderella girlfriend from 2 years ago dumped me. It's okay, I'm better off without her. I still haven't gotten over psycho chicks, so that crazy Harlequin smile gives me a half chub. But she dumped me, and she dumped me for one of our friends, and it was a horrible experience. I never wished on anybody. I think I took it well, considering that my friend that she dumped me for is nicknamed Shitpants. And now I'm going to tell the story because it is too good to pass up. So he is a nerd, and we've all lived together at one point in time or another. And he was rooming with my friend, and I was on a Skype call with him. And he came into the room while in the middle of the Skype call and just let loose a really wet fart. And then my friend looked at him and was like, "What the hell, man?" And then he looked back and goes, "Oh, I think I just shat myself." Now, that's bad enough. But this story takes another level. A special, deep, disturbing level. Now, they're bachelors, so they have a mini fridge in their room, as they all should. Some of you know where this is going, you're already giggling because you've heard this story before. My friends were ruining my jokes. So, what happens is this incident is forgotten for the most part, and on a later Skype call 3 weeks later, I was talking to my friend again, same one, and all of a sudden he's like, "What smells like ass in his room?" And he didn't know where it came from. And then our other friend, Shitpants, and here's how he gets the name, goes, "Oh, remember those pants I shat myself in? I put them in the mini fridge." They had been there for 3 weeks. She dumped me for that guy. So fuck that bitch. So, how do I follow Shitpants? How much time I got here? Okay, I will stop at Shitpants. Because, yeah.